Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be eating alone at 10 p.m. after eating chicken wings for dinner. But why? Well, the reasons are quite simple. Reason number one, I want to have a drink because, well, I just ate a really good dinner of chicken wings and I'm feeling the need to have some alcohol to wash my food all down. Reason number two, I just want some alcohol. Yeah, I just want to drink today. I just want to enjoy a drink today and have a good time and, you know, just chill out and have a nice beverage at 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday. And, well, so as such, that's exactly what I'm doing today. But what exactly am I going to be drinking? Well, today I'm going to be drinking a peach-flavored grog from Cold Ones, which contains 6% alcohol and is an alcoholic beverage that I have had in the past and have enjoyed more so than not. I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and lower my camera back down just a little bit. Should probably sit back and relax, and I should probably go ahead and get my drink all opened up so I can go ahead and get to drinking. But this can, I can't get the tab up. Let me get my knife out of my pocket real quick. This should help just a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the tab popped up just like that. Just leverage it up. I think it was just kind of pressed down. Excuse me. I think it was just pressed down a little bit due to how cold this can is, as it's been in the fridge for the last couple hours. Well, now let's go ahead and get my alcoholic beverage all opened up. Oof, nice open up. And let's go ahead and take a sip of my first alcoholic beverage of the night, and let's go ahead and get to enjoying some alcohol alone at 10 p.m. after eating, well, a full dinner of chicken wings. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Oof, and that is quite nice. Certainly no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. It's pretty nice out here right now. I'll acknowledge I'd probably be drinking inside right now if it was pretty cold or if it was too warm, but it's actually, in all honesty, perfect drinking temperature outside right now. It's currently about 70 degrees even, I want to say. The high earlier today was around about 85 degrees. It was a bit warm, but it felt all right. It wasn't too much by any means. But with it being about 70 degrees right now, it's not too hot, not too cold. There's really no breeze at all going on. Maybe, if anything, a very light breeze. Feels great out here. Just hearing the bugs in the background as it's starting to warm up in my local area these days. Starting to hear more and more bugs, and I'm hearing them. Maybe hearing a couple frogs as well every once in a while. Seeing the moon above me. It's nice out here. It's great drinking weather, what can I say? And it's great weather to get a buzz going. Oof. No complaints on my behalf. None at all. None at all. Oof. Feels good out here. What I had for dinner were some barbecue chicken wings. They were gas, let me tell y'all what. They were gas. I'll acknowledge I did also have some other stuff for dinner as well. I also had some white rice that I made a couple days ago. Microwaved it for a minute and a half and had myself a bowl of that. And that was delicious. Generally speaking, when I'm eating chicken wings, I don't get full just off of the chicken wings. To really get full off of a meal, I need a good combination of protein, carbs, maybe a little bit of sugar as well, kind of thing. So I try to have a balanced meal. I try to balance my meals a little bit more so than not, I will acknowledge. And so what I did was I ate a bunch of chicken wings, then I had a bunch of rice, and well, now I'm having some alcohol. So I think I think my meal that I'm well, technically speaking, still enjoying, as my alcohol is a part of my meal technically, even though I'm not eating anymore. I think this is a pretty balanced meal. You know, barbecue chicken wings, some white rice, you know, a little bit of alcohol. Sounds like a healthy meal to me. That is for sure. Yes, sir. Ooh. It really is nice out here today, though. Feels great. Feels great out here. Some bugs flying around just a little bit, but not too many of them by any means. Not too many of them. Ooh. A little bit of a breeze coming on now. Just chilling. Just chilling, frankly put. Yeah. I feel like I got a burp already. I have been drinking my drink a bit fast, honestly. I've been kind of wanting some water, low key. And, you know, alcohol counts as water, right? It does not count as water. Alcohol does not keep you hydrated after all. Water counts as water, but I've been needing some hydration, even if it really doesn't hydrate me. And alcohol certainly does fit the bill for that. And the grog I've got with me today, the peach-flavored grog I've got with me today, it's doing a good job of refreshing me a little bit more so than not. I think I can confirm. Pretty solid, warm weather drink, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I got a burp. I feel like I have to burp. It doesn't want to come around though. Excuse me. Goddamn. That was a good burp. I'm happy with that. That was a very satisfying burp to me. Not the biggest burp in the world, but very satisfying nonetheless. I could feel the pressure building up in my system, and I was like, man, I need to burp. That was very, very, very nice, to say the least. Yes, sir, yes, sir. I don't really get why burps are considered to be like rude, like at the dinner table kind of thing. Like, not that my family is like somebody that thinks burping at the dinner table is rude. Like, my family's pretty casual at the dinner table. We're not all about professionalism at the dinner table and stuff like that. But I did learn about table manners when I was younger and stuff like that kind of thing. And they were always saying, like, don't put your elbows on the table. Well, I don't really get that either. That's just like the most comfortable way to like talk to people. I like having like my arms and elbows on the table and stuff like that. But apparently that's not a good thing to have. And then also like burping at the table. I just really don't get why that's considered to be rude, frankly put. Like, yeah, maybe you want to cover up your mouth with the burp, or maybe you want to cover up your mouth with the burp. Maybe you want to cover up your mouth with your hand while you're burping. I totally get that. But I don't really get why burping as a whole is rude at the dinner table. If anything, it's a compliment, because when I burp, it either means that I am drinking something carbonated, or I'm eating too fast, or I'm drinking something that's carbonated too fast. Which, if I'm eating something too fast, or if I'm drinking something too fast, generally speaking, it means I'm enjoying what I'm having at that moment in time, which means that it's good food or drink. So I really don't understand why burping at the dinner table is a, well, not great thing to do. I don't know. I understand you might want to cover up your mouth while you're burping and stuff like that kind of thing, but I just don't get why it's actually considered to be rude. Like, I don't really consider burping at the dinner table to be rude personally. I just consider it to be something that happens, and yeah, I don't want to see the inside of your mouth, just cover it with your hand. Excuse me. And that's all it comes down to. I wonder why burping at the table is considered rude. Maybe it's just like, don't show bodily functions at the dinner table? I don't know. I'm not standing up to go to the bathroom every time I gotta burp. That's not happening. It's nice out here, though. A little bit of a breeze once again. Looking at the moon through the tree above me. Got like half a moon right now. Maybe a little bit more than half a moon, probably like 60% or something, but it's like a flat all the way across. Like, there's no really curvature to to the light on the moon or anything like that. It's very flat, I'll acknowledge. Maybe a little bit bulged outwards. Like my pants when I saw your mom last night. Was that a really good Yo Mama joke? Or like, just, I don't know. I feel like that was okay. I was like, there's some joke there and I feel like I want to make it, so I made it. But, I don't know. Can't see myself using that one too much. I just don't think there's too many scenarios where I would use that one, though, in all honesty. Overall, though, almost done with my first drink. No complaints on my behalf. Very enjoyable if I do say so myself. And I'm getting a nice buzz going, you know what I'm saying? Gonna need a second drink sooner rather than later. And luckily for me, I do have a second peach grog with me today. Not gonna be drinking too heavily today by any means. I don't feel the need to have an exorbitant amount of alcohol, I will acknowledge, but I do want, I think, more than one. I just want a little bit of a buzz, you know what I'm saying? And while I'm getting a little bit of a buzz from the first grog, I could go for a little bit more, I will admit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out cold ones, yo. Glad to be enjoying a cold one. No complaints on my behalf. I'm gonna go and get the second one all opened up, if I can. Yes, sir. Let's take a sip. No complaints on my behalf. None at all. Oof. It's a bit pollen-y out here. Well, not really pollen-y. It was pretty heavily pollen season in my local area up until around about 2 days ago. Now the pollen has kind of gone away a little bit. It's still a little bit yellow out here, I'll acknowledge, but there's not really any more like dust pollen falling. Just getting a bunch of like these sorts of things now and stuff like that. But it's not really like pollen season out here anymore, I will acknowledge. But where was I going with the whole pollen thing? Oh yeah, those things, they're all over the ground. They're all over the table that I'm sitting at right now, and they were all over the chair I'm sitting in right now as well, until I brushed them all off. So while it's not really pollen season right now, it is still a little bit more. There's still more stuff dropping from the trees than not, I guess is a proper way of putting it. I'm not sure. Maybe the buzz is hitting harder than I thought. I feel like I got a burp. Excuse me. Ooh, that was nice. I gotta admit, Grog makes you burp. I do gotta admit, Grog makes you burp without a doubt. And I gotta grab a screenshot for the thumbnail of this video in just a little bit, but before that, you know, I'm having an after-dinner drink, I guess after-dinner drink. And, you know, I'm feeling the need for an after-dinner snack as well. So, you know, gotta have an after-dinner snack. No complaints on my behalf. Pairs quite well. The chair I'm sitting in right now, though, it's super comfy. It's just like rocking back and forth. This is a metal chair I'm sitting in right now. There's something on my leg. I think just like a little leaf or something. But the chair I'm sitting in right now, it's just like a metal chair. But it's on like a coil, like steel spring or something like that. And so I can just like rock back and forth really easily. And while I wouldn't call it like a full rocking chair by any means, which I do want to get a rocking chair because rocking chairs are gas. I love rocking chairs. This is like a close second. Like generally speaking, like if I'm sitting in like metal chairs in a restaurant and they don't like rock back and forth like this, like personally, I just don't find metal chairs to be all that comfortable. Like generally speaking, they're cold, they are hard, they don't have any cushioning. They're just not really all that comfortable. Like I understand why restaurants like to use metal chairs. It makes sense. But personally, from a comfort standpoint, if I was to purchase stuff for my own dining room or kitchen or something like that kind of thing, I'm buying either wood or metal chairs with a cushion, or metal chairs that rock back and forth. And the whole rocking back and forth on the sort of like springs that are built in on the chair, I mean, like, it's super comfy. And this is a great outside chair. I mean, like, it's a metal chair. It's not going to do anything but rust, and as long as it's got the paint on it, it's not even going to do that. And it's just great in general, frankly put. Metal chairs in like restaurants and stuff, though, especially restaurants that keep the temperature really low. Sometimes, especially like during the summer, if you're wearing shorts and then you sit down on a metal chair, and then like the portion of your legs that are like sitting on the metal chair with like the cloth, that's like fine. But like the moment like your lower leg hits the metal, you like flinch. And like for me personally, I don't know, that's just not it. That's just not it, frankly put. Like, I understand why restaurants use metal chairs, though. I do get it. I want to clarify, like, if I was going to open a restaurant and I had to choose, okay, I want to use these chairs for the next 20 years, what chairs would I pick? I'd pick like metal chairs, either steel or aluminum, probably some sort of aluminum alloy, I guess, actually, because aluminum can bend, I guess. I don't know. I'd pick something very durable. I'd pick like a really durable metal. That could be like hosed off and power washed really easily as well if it needs to be cleaned and whatnot. Something that's stackable and something that's just gonna last for 20 years kind of thing. Wood is great, but you know, if you've got a restaurant and you're gonna have people kind of leaning back and full up on two legs, sometimes wood can start like squeaking and stuff like that kind of thing. It's great if it's your own thing, because of course you want to take care of your own property, but if you're at a restaurant and you're just kind of sitting back and stuff like that kind of thing, that's just how it is. For me, if I was a restaurant owner, I'd go for a metal chair as well, but metal chairs being cold on your legs, sometimes it just ain't it. Sometimes it just ain't it. But I mean, like, hey, you can't win it all. You win some, you lose some with metal chairs. They're fantastic because they last forever and they're pretty hard to break. Because I mean, like, if you lean back on two legs with them, I mean, like, how are you gonna break it besides bend it? Maybe, but even then, it might still be kind of hard to do, depending on the metal, of course. But while they are extremely durable, they're also very cold. What is the ultimate chair for a restaurant? I wonder. Personally, I'm not really, I like restaurants. I'm not really a chair type of person, though, I will acknowledge. I'm more of a booth type of person. I like sitting in booths because it's just like a sofa. I can just go sit in the booth. Like, I don't even care if the booth has, like, no padding. Like, if it's just wooden. If it's just, like, a wooden booth, I'm happy. Kind of thing. And I gotta admit, I think like wooden booths are the way to go because you can clean it really easily. They're super durable. They'll last for a really long time. And they aren't cold. I think wooden booths, I think those are like top G type of stuff. Like, even without padding. Wooden booths, I gotta admit, I think those are the ultimate, yeah. I gotta admit. I don't know. I don't work in the restaurant industry. I don't work in the industrial furniture industry. But I'm thinking wooden booths are like the ultimate restaurant, like, seating type of furniture. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of thinking, yeah, wooden booths. Gotta admit, yeah. I personally think the ultimate, like, industrial furniture for a restaurant has got to be wooden booths. Like, built-in wooden booths that can't be moved either. As long as the table is actually spaced far enough apart from the booths, because sometimes the table can be too close. But as long as as long as everything's positioned correctly, it's perfect. You can even go for plastic booths, like 1990s, like McDonald's style booths, or like early 2000s McDonald's style booths, or like waffle style booths, waffle style booths, Waffle House style booths. There's a reason why Waffle House uses them, and there's actually Waffle House uses metal chairs with padding. Actually, I think Waffle House has the right idea, frankly put. All these hipster restaurants using metal chairs with no padding, but Waffle House is over here, they're like, we got metal chairs with padding, and we got plastic booths with, I haven't been to Waffle House in a long time, but I don't know if the booths have padding or not. I don't think they do. I think they're just plastic booths. But I think Waffle House is the right idea, frankly put. And now that I'm thinking about it, McDonald's uses metal chairs with padding too. I think those are the ultimate. Metal chairs with padding and either wooden or plastic booths. I think that's going to be the ultimate for like industrial level restaurant furniture. I think if I was to open up a restaurant, I would want those as my seating options, I'll acknowledge. I'm gonna go and grab myself a little bit of a screenshot with the grog real quick. Gotta grab a thumbnail for the video, of course. So let's go and grab myself a little bit of a screenshot real quick, if I can. There we go. Grog. I was just thinking, it'd be really funny if I like put like a ghost in the background of the thumbnail that I just took, and I hope one of those screenshots for the thumbnail, I hope one of those frames works for the thumbnail of this video. We will find out. I think so. Just to be careful. Doesn't hurt to grab another. But I was thinking it would be funny to like put like a ghost or something in like the background of the thumbnail. Oh man, actually that'd be hilarious. Yeah, like have it set up where like somewhere back there's like a ghost like peeking over the shrubbery or something like that kind of thing for the thumbnail, where like you can barely see it but it's there. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I might. Y'all will know, because y'all will have seen the thumbnail. I haven't seen the thumbnail yet because I haven't edited this video yet, but maybe I should put something there. That'd be pretty amusing. What kind of ghost should I put there though? Something a little bit more spooky, something a little bit more creepy than not, maybe? Maybe something a little bit happier than not. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna do that, but that's just an idea. I mean, like, it's 10:58. 10:58 and 35 seconds to be precise. Wow. It's getting late, I'm not gonna lie. It's almost 11 o'clock. I say as my sleep schedule is messed up right now, as is the norm. So it's not really all that late, but well, for my sleep schedule at least, I really should be going to bed in like an hour or two. Am I going to? Probably not, no. But I really should. My sleep schedule is messed up right now. That I say right now, but that's the norm. My sleep schedule is generally pretty messed up. Like I fixed my sleep schedule and then 3 days later it's back to normal. I feel like I gotta crack my neck. While I was eating dinner, I was watching some YouTube, as one does, you know, enjoying my my dinner while watching some YouTube. You guys may be doing the same right now. Whoa, fourth wall break right now. Whoa, breaking the fourth wall. How's it going, y'all? Hope all y'all doing well. If y'all are watching this video while eating dinner, hope y'all are having a great time. Y'all eating some barbecue wings? Hell yeah, brother. But, I was watching some YouTube while eating dinner, as one does. And I was watching some Top Gear clips. I love Top Gear. Been watching Top Gear ever since I was a youngin'. And grew up watching Top Gear. Great show, great show. First time I ever found out about Top Gear was when I first got on YouTube. And I just watched like Top Gear clips on BBC, and then I started watching full episodes like a couple years after that. Got hooked on the specials and whatnot, and then I started watching the Grand Tour when that started being a thing as well. Love the Grand Tour as well. The finale for the Grand Tour was fantastic. Highly recommend. Highly recommend both Top Gear and the Grand Tour if you guys have not watched them already. One, I gotta admit, I think it's the best car show of all time. Not just one of, absolutely the best car show of all time. I love it. But, I was watching a couple videos. I think I watched a video on the Pagani Zonda. I watched a video on the Koenigsegg, like lap time. I was thinking about watching some clips from one of the specials, but instead of that, I decided to watch the Bugatti Veyron, like lap time, which I thought was really cool. Really enjoyed that. Watched the, what is it? Was it the Koenigsegg or was it the Pagani that crashed? I think it was the Koenigsegg, but it crashed on the Top Gear track. I can't remember which one it was. I'll acknowledge I'm not really good at distinguishing like supercars and stuff like that. Supercars, hypercars. Well, I guess a Pagani and a Pagani and like a Koenigsegg. They're more hypercars than they are supercars. Like I guess supercars these days, it's more like Porsche 911 or like a Lotus Evora or something like that, or a Lotus Elise. Well, I guess I wouldn't really consider a Lotus Elise to be a supercar. I would consider that to be more of a mid/rear engine Mazda MX-5 competitor, I guess. I don't know. But those are more hypercars. But I was watching the Bugatti Veyron, course test. I was watching the time trial for it on the Top Gear track. And I was like, wow, it didn't get first place. It's very interesting. I honestly, I walked into the video. I clicked on the video expecting it to get first place. No, it hadn't. It's been a couple years since the last time I watched it, so I was basically fresh in for that. Probably been like 10 years since I last watched that clip, honestly. But then I ended up watching James May, Mr. Captain Slow himself, the legend. Ended up watching him drive the Bugatti Veyron at like 253 miles an hour. And I was just like thinking, I was like, damn, that's badass. I was like, that's super cool. I was just thinking, and I was like, man, like I have no desire to ever own a car that can go that fast. Because one, I can't afford the maintenance. Nor do I want to afford the maintenance even if I could. Two, I'd probably end up getting myself killed. because I do enjoy pushing my cars every once in a while. So slower cars are a better idea for me. And I enjoy slow car fast. I find slower cars going fast to be more fun than fast cars going slow. But I think it would be so cool to take a car up to like 200 miles an hour. I think the fastest I've ever gone in a car, oh man, I don't know. Fastest I've ever gone in a car that I was driving was on a track. Definitely 100% on a track. It was absolutely on a track. Absolutely 100% on a track. There's no video to back up this statement, but it was a track. Absolutely. Took a Lexus LS 430 up to its top speed, which it could have gone faster. It could have. It still had room to give, without a doubt. Like, it was still low RPMs, like highest gear, top gear, but it still had RPMs to give. It could have probably hit 150, but I was bouncing off the, like, the ECU has an internal like speed regulator, so it just won't let you go over 133, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I took it up to 133. That's the fastest I've ever gone while I was driving, which was insanely fast. That was on a track. Want to go ahead and mention that once again. Went 133 miles an hour in a Lexus LS 430, completely stock, on a track. Super cool. Really good time, if I do say so myself. Fastest I've ever gone in a car while I wasn't driving, I don't know the exact speed, but I'm pretty sure it's faster than that. I had the opportunity to ride shotgun in a NASCAR. I signed up for like a NASCAR experience. I got the experience for my birthday one year, which was super cool. Because while I don't really watch a lot of NASCAR, I think NASCAR is still really cool. I love watching clips of NASCAR online. Shout out Dale, you know what I'm saying? Raise hail, praise Dale, you know what I'm saying? But I had the opportunity, due to the fact that I got the NASCAR experience at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for my birthday. So I had the opportunity to ride shotgun in a NASCAR, and I did. And it was badass, super cool. The G-forces were insane, because going around a bank track, I don't know how fast I was going. It was over 133 miles an hour, I'm pretty sure, though. But I don't know what they take those cars up to. I'm sure the car still had more give to go. I'll have to look at what the NASCAR experience takes you up to speed-wise. And if I remember, I'm going to have to put it at the bottom of this video right now. I'm just going to remember what timestamp we're at right now. I'll have to put it at the bottom of the video. But that would be the fastest I've ever gone in a car. I don't know how fast it really is. Not a road car. Not a road car that's legal to drive. But that's the fastest I've ever gone in a car. Fastest I've ever gone on land would be a bullet train. I'm quite confident in saying. Because I rode a bullet train in Japan. That was 186 miles an hour at its peak, which wasn't for a very long time. The bullet train I was riding, which was down to Kyoto from Tokyo, I believe that one hits 186 miles an hour. Like, technically, I think it can go over 200. But it was, I think, 186 miles an hour at its top speed on that track. But it generally was running around 150. Like 140 to 150, I think it was. But the 186 miles an hour would be the fastest I've ever ridden on land. Like, of course, I've gone faster in the air. Like, I've ridden in jet planes before and whatnot, kind of thing. Like, those are pretty quick, I'll acknowledge. But fastest I've ever gone in land, 186 miles an hour. Fastest I've ever gone in a car, whatever the speed was on the NASCAR, fastest I've ever gone in a car where I was driving, 133 miles an hour. Literally just precisely 133 miles an hour, because that was the That was the speed limiter. On a Lexus LS 430, you can remove the speed limiter, though. Never did that because I never had any desire to. Didn't really feel the need, in all honesty. But you can remove the speed limiter if you want to. I think you have to either do some sort of tuning with the ECU or you need to swap out the ECU. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I looked it up after the fact. Because I was like, I know it had, because I'm like, did that on a track, of course, on a track. I wouldn't break the law. And I was like, it had so much more give. It had so much more it could give to it. Like, why didn't you go faster? And I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's got a limiter. I didn't even realize. I think the tires are rated for that fast, honestly. Probably not my smartest decision, but we ball. But, it was like 17-inch wheels with tires that I think were rated to 110. You know, that's just like Atlanta highway, like, speeds typically. I'm like 130 miles an hour. That's just what they'd be doing in Atlanta. That's just like normal traffic, you know what I'm saying? Like, that for me doing that on track, that's slow, you know what I'm saying? But, oh yeah, what I was gonna talk about though was how I think it would be really cool to go over 200 miles an hour. I do really want to try going over 200 miles an hour. I think that, like, while I'm driving, like, I don't want to just ride shotgun in a car that's going over 200 miles an hour, which I think would already be cool. Like, that's one thing that I'd love to do, but I also want to be driving. Like, if I'm like, I'll be happy if I can just ride shotgun in a car that's going 200 miles an hour or over. I don't even need to hit 253, which is Bugatti Veyron. Like, I'm just happy if I go over 200 because that's badass. But I want to try driving that fast. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I would not mind driving a car over 200 miles an hour. I'm sure to some of y'all that might sound crazy, but that is something that I would love to do, frankly put. I wouldn't consider myself an adrenaline junkie, but I do like adrenaline. I do like my adrenaline. Like when airplanes be lifting off, I'm like, ooh, G-forces. I just be getting a bit nauseous because it's like rumbling and shaking. It makes me a bit nauseous, so I just try to look out the window if I can. But if I'm looking out the window, enjoying the G-forces at the same time, man, let me tell y'all what. I love it. I love it. Some gas. Some gas, that is for sure. Wouldn't mind trying to skydive. Maybe I am a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. No, not that much. Like bungee jumping. I'm not really willing to bungee jump. I really have no desire to do that, in all honesty. I actually got asked that a little bit ago by an acquaintance. They were like, would you ever go bungee jumping? And I was like, no. I don't know. Like, what if the cord snaps? Yeah, no. And for me, it just sounds like it just wouldn't be that enjoyable. But like skydiving, that sounds like fun. Like skydiving sounds like fun. Like bungee jumping, I don't know. It just doesn't really sound like something that I'd personally want to do. But like skydiving sounds like a lot of fun. And I realize there's probably more risk to skydiving than there is to bungee jumping, because your first parachute could fail. And then your second parachute could fail. I hope it wouldn't fail. Like, there is definitely risk to skydiving. But it sounds like so much fun to me. Maybe I should go skydiving eventually. That sounds like fun. Oh, excuse me, the carbonation went down the wrong way. I wouldn't mind skydiving. Do a video, day drinking while skydiving. Yo, that would be gas. I'd have to figure out how I would actually drink the alcohol, though. Like, how would I actually drink the alcohol? Like, I'd need to have, like, a straw or something. Because, like, if I tried to open up a can, like, mid-air, like, when I'm in the air, like, with my luck, one, it would probably be stuck down. So I'd have to get a knife out and, like, open it up. And then two, well, it would all just go out, kind of thing. It wouldn't really work very well. So I guess I'd need like a straw or something like that. But like day drinking while skydiving, it's probably I think that's a really bad idea. Because then I'd have alcohol in my system while skydiving. That doesn't sound very smart. But like also big baller moves, so I'm like, hey, why not? What's the worst that could happen? How many times have people said that and then the worst happens? A lot, I'm sure. Excuse me. Just hit my head on the back of the chair right here, I will acknowledge. Just trying to get all the drink out of my grog, you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get all the drink out of my grog. I enjoyed both of my peach grogs I had with me today. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. But I enjoyed my grog I had today. I've got a nice buzz going. Skydiving while day drinking sounds like a fun time to me. And overall, I had a good time today. It is currently 11:16 p.m. at night. I think I'm gonna go watch some TV. Maybe eat a little bit more food, as now that I finished my drinks, I'm a little bit more hungry. I think I'm gonna have a great rest of my night. Not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna go have a good one. I think that's my plan, you know what I'm saying? I think that's my plan. Yes, sir. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. Well, I think I said pretty much everything I wanted to say for today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video, where I, day drank. Or not day drink. I didn't day drink today. I just drank. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video where I drank alone at 10 p.m. Now 11 p.m. at night after eating a full dinner of barbecue chicken wings. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video today. Excuse me. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video today, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my other channels all in the description down below. Go check them all out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, y'all. Till the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. And appreciate y'all stopping by. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a great one, y'all. Hell yeah, brother.